Hello everybody, welcome to our lesson today on time. This is first one's looking at time to the nearest 15 minutes, or we could say the nearest quarter of an hour. So let's work our way through this, and then we'll talk about some of the learning activities I've set you on the online tasks.
We're going to be learning about reading the time on analog clocks, those clocks that are based on a circle.
So analog clocks are, where if they say it's a circle, you've got the 12, 3, 9, 6, or numbers 1 through to 12 really. It's almost you'd see a clock face. A digital clock is where you would see the numbers, perhaps on Apple Watches, or you'd see 9.00. That's the way of a digital. So that's just a different way of an analog and a digital clock.
Make sure you read what's written in each of these oval boxes as you click. So what do we call those four equal parts? They're called quarters.
Okay, so linking back to our learning on fractions, we've got our quarters here, and that's why we would use the terms quarter past and quarter to. Or even if we was just to split it into two, straight down the middle, that would be half past. So that's why we use those. So just a bit of a refresh. Challenge question for you: how could you write the fraction quarter? 1/4. If you're writing 1/4, it should be 1/4. 1/4. Challenge question again. What equivalent fraction is there to a half? Hopefully remember this from class. 1/2, that's 1/2, is the same as 2/4. That's 1/2 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't annotate it on this one, can't add in some information, but I will do on the next slide as I go across for the learning tasks.
We've got 12 at the top of the clock. What will go at the bottom?
So here we say you can see 1/4. 3 is 1/4 of the way around the clock face.
It's just a quarter of the way round the clock face. So if the minute hand's here, we say it's quarter of an hour past an o'clock time.
So that's why they say it there, that when it's pointing the long hand, the minute hand pointing at the 3, that's why they say quarter past, because it's that quarter is talking about, quarter past the hour.
If the minute hand was here at the 9, how long would it be until the next o'clock time?
So if we're there on the 9, how many more minutes until the next o'clock? It doesn't show it on this one. How many minutes? I always like to count round in fives. So it would be 15 minutes, because we know it would be 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a better way to show you. So if it's at the 9, how many more to the o'clock? It will be 5 minutes, 10, 15. It will be 15 minutes. So if we was to go back one, when the minute hand is at the 9, it's quarter of an hour to the next o'clock. So that's quarter of an hour up to there. Quarter of an hour is the same as 15 minutes. We can count that out by 5, 10, 15. And this is a really good time to say this. I find it's very, very good. So just a quick recap. The shorthand is our hand, okay? And we remember that by the word hour is shorter than the word minute. The minute is the long hand. It's the long hand because the word minute is longer than the word hour. So whenever that's pointing at, that's what we 9. We look at that first 9, and we know that the 12 is 0, 0. So no minutes, so it's 9 o'clock. As this moves around, each of these are 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Now in year 2, we just focused on furthest we will go is up to the nearest 5 minutes, and that will be on our next lesson, really. But it is a good time for me to go through this and just remind you that 5 times table is one of the most important things you need to learn, help you learn time. So we could always count round going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Now we would never put the time 9:60. When we get to 60, we know that there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, but it's almost, when it's there, it's an o'clock, so it would be 9 o'clock. So you could write the word o'clock, or you could write the word 9.00, 9 o'clock. So any of those. So here it's moved to the 3. So it's not, and the hour hand moves around, so it's not 9:3. We can use the hour number, so it's 9, that's always the first one we look at, the shortest one, 9. We know it's at the 3, so we could put 9, 9:15. Or if you're a bit unsure of that, you want to count round in your 5s, you could put 9, 5, 10, 15, 9, 15.
So what's the time now?
So here, these are the two ways, one of the ways I've shown you. 1/4 hour after 9, so it's after the 9, 9:15, or you could write quarter that way, past 9. It's exactly the same. I can't annotate this. I wonder if I can write something in here for us to show you 9:15 in a written form. Can't do this on everyone. 9.15. Okay, that's how you could write it. 9.15 as a digital time. So I'm happy if you use 9.15 or 9:05, 9:10, 9:20, 9:05, 9:10, 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30. So you can count round in your 5s, no problem with that. Or if you wanted to, you could do it the other way using.
So what's the time now?
Using the 9:15 as in the word, 9:15, I'd like it spelt correctly, or 9:15 using a fraction, or 9:15. They are all exactly the same. If you want to be really, really super clever, you could write all 3.
9:15.
So what time is it now?
9:30.
9:30. So remember how to write half. It's 1/2 past 9. Or you could put 9 ... so it wouldn't be 15, would it? What would it be, year 2? Can you write it down? I like to count round it. I know the number, but I'm going to count round just to be sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The hour hand has gone past the 9. It should be exactly in the middle now. 9:30.
Just 1/4 hour left to the next o'clock, till 10 o'clock.
So this is saying there's 1/4 hour left to get up to there where the hour hand will move to the 10. We know it's 1/4 hour because it's 5, 10, 15. But when we write this time, this is one of the tricky ones, and always remember this rule. The hour hand isn't yet at the 10. It's still before it. So it's 9:45 or 9:45 to 10. 15 minutes to 10 o'clock. That can be written as the same fraction. 1/4 1/4 to 10. Written as a word, 1/4 to 10. If you want to write it as the numbers, which sometimes we find easier, it would be, we look at the hour hand, still gone past the 9, it's not the 10, so it's 9 ... something. You can count round 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I must know it's 9 ... 45. Not 15, because that was from our one earlier on. Now we're at our o'clock, because we know our hour hand has gone up. We know we wouldn't put 10, 12. Can you remember what we'd put instead of the 12 for the minutes? Well, there's no minutes, so it's 10.00, or we could write 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And then it starts again, just like we talked about before. The hour hand has gone past the 10, so it's 10 something. So it's 10 what? I like to do it as a digital, so it'll be 10 dot dot 5, 10, 15, 10 dot dot 15. Can you remember what it would be if it was quarter past something? What would it be?
A quarter past 10.
Absolutely, quarter past 10, because the hour hand has gone past the 10. The minute hand is pointing at the 3, which we know because we're super clever, that means quarter past. We know it's quarter past because it's 15 minutes from the hour. 5, 10, 15. Quarter past 10. Never used the word there. So now we're going to look for, so it's what time will it be in 1 hour? Could you answer that question for me? Moves forward 1 hour. Let's have a look. Moves forward 1 hour. That hour hand moved forward past the 11. Because it was 1 hour, the minute hand is still at the 3. What time would that be? Quarter past 11. Or you could even write it as a digital 11 dot dot. It's not 11 dot dot 3 because we always count round down with 5s for the minutes. 5, 10, 15. Okay, so it will be 11 dot dot 15 or quarter past 11.
Quarter past 11.
What's that one then? It's gone forward another hour. It's still quarter past, we know that. It's gone past the 12, so it's quarter past 12. Or is it digital time? 12 dot dot. Exactly, 15. 5, 10, 15.
Quarter past 12.
Might see a pattern here. We need to be very careful because it's gone 12. Now we look, it's gone past the 1. So it's not 12, 13, 14. This one, so it's 1 dot dot 15 or quarter past. What's it gone past? Gone past the 1. It's not yet the 2. So it's quarter past 1.
A quarter past what?
And one more. What would this one be? Absolutely. Year 2. Quarter past 2.
What's this time? What did you notice about the hour hand and what did you notice about the minute hand?
Very good question. The hour hand moved around each time to a new hour, didn't we? We started at 10 and went to 11:15, 12:15, 1:15, 2:15. When it was 15, the minute hand was always pointing at the 3. Or when it's quarter past, the minute hand was always pointing at the 3. The hour hand moved around past each individual hour.
Well done. You can watch the slides again if you think it will help you to understand better.
Okay. So this is the activity that we've just talked through. We've talked through many of these. Okay, and there's some examples there that we've been through. So here's a practice sheet that I'd like you to have a go at. There are some answers on the page, but I would really challenge you on these. Have a go at it first. If you don't get it right the first time, there's no problem with that, as long as you learn from your mistakes. Let's talk through these first ones, because it's like, well, which one's the minute hand, which one's the hour hand? We can remember it by the hour hand is the short hand, because the word hour is shorter than the word minute. So this one, we know that the minute hand is at the 12 and the hour hand is at the 3. So that's 3 o'clock, or it could be written 3 dot dot 0 0. This one, you think, well, which is the minute, which is the hour? I always like to look at the hour hand first. That's the shorter one. So it's gone past the 2. It's not yet at the 3. So we could write that as 2 dot dot something. You might know what that is, or you might want to count round. 2 dot dot 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's 2 dot dot 45. Could everybody remember using to the nearest 15 minutes? How could we say that? Is it quarter past or quarter to? Well, we know it's the minute hand, so it's quarter to. 15 minutes to the next hour. The next hour would be 3 o'clock. So it's quarter to 3, quarter of an hour until 3 o'clock, or you could write 2:45. I'll just do a quarter past example here. So again, I always like to look at the hour hand first. The hour hand has gone past the 6, so it's 6 ... something. 5, 10, 15. Well, I know that anyway because I know that if it's at my 3, that's 15 minutes for the minute hand. So it's 6 ... 15. I could write that as a quarter past time, which will be quarter past. It's gone past the 6, so it's quarter past 6. Have I got the rest of them? Okay, there's a couple of them for you to go there, and there's a lovely challenge which I'd love you to have a go at. If you're feeling like you really want a real big challenge, or you've done the first one, you just want to have a go at the second one, that would be absolutely wonderful. You can have a go at the writing and time sheet here. Don't worry if you get something wrong, or you think, well, what is it I did wrong? Why did I do it wrong? And what do you need to do for the next time? If it helps you to write, or have one and write the numbers around the outside for the minutes, like 5, 10, 15, 20, there's no problem with that. Use things that you know will help you. So if you do it on one, you could use it to help you on the others. Okay, the really important thing to remember is know which is the hour hand and the minute hand. That will really help you with this, and figure out if it's going to the next hour or if it's just past an hour, if it's quarter past or quarter to. And there's even some half past on here. Okay, and a challenge there for the hot. And there's some wonderful answers. I'll scoot past those. If you're a bit unsure, these are some wonderful cards. These matching cards, and you can match them and stick them in your book as it says on this one, or you can play. I like to play Go Fish, if you will. So you turn it over. You turn a digital time over and a clock time. So you've got the numbers here, you've got the words, and you've got the analog clocks. So you could play in that game as well, where you just try and match them by turning over 2 of them to see if you can match the words with the time. I think that's a great game to play. So I would recommend doing that. If you're struggling, or just for a bit of fun, really, it's a great game. And then here's your activity, which is an investigation. So this is a little bit like what we did before when we were saying, well, it was always at quarter past 1, or 1:15 as it's done on here. What will it be for the next hour? Here the example is 1:15, 2:15, and you might start to see a pattern. Read through the instructions, and you'll do the same for the pink side. You'll do the same for the blue side. It tells you to start at 6:45 and move it on each time for the quarter 2 times. I'll just read it through just in case anyone has to read it on their own. So the investigation, number 1, set your clock to quarter past 1. Look at the face. Now look at your clock. Both of them in the pink half, so it'd be 1:15 or quarter past 1. How many quarter past times when both hands are in the pink side? Then the next one, so you write all of those down in a lovely, nice, neat grid there. Have you got them all? Well, I'm sure you will. Number 4, now set it to quarter past 7. You're going to be looking on the blue side. Look at your clock, both hands on the blue side, using this time, 6:45. How many quarter 2 times when they're all on the blue half? And a final little challenge for you there. How many quarter 2 and quarter past times are in both hands in the yellow part of the clock? How many quarter 2 and quarter past when they're in the green part of the clock? And again, this takes a little bit of thinking, might take a little bit of practice. That's part of the fun. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or you want to watch it again, then I'm happy to help.